Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about something that we all face but seldom discuss openly: jealousy. Now, before you think, I don't have a jealous bone in my body, let me ask you to take a deep breath and think about the last time you felt envious. Maybe it was over a friend's promotion or seeing someone living the life you dream of. What I want you to know today is this: jealousy is not a reflection of the other person's success. It's a reflection of how we feel about our own journey. Yes, you heard me right. Jealousy is a mirror. And when you look into that mirror, what you see might be uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort can guide you toward healing, growth, and ultimately freedom. Because once you recognize jealousy for what it truly is, a signpost pointing to your own insecurities or unmet desires, you can release it and start embracing something far more powerful: your unique, beautiful journey. But here's the most important part. In order to release jealousy, we must first love ourselves, truly love ourselves. When you feel secure in your own worth, when you understand and honor your own path, jealousy no longer has a place to grow. Self-love is the antidote to jealousy. It's the foundation that allows us to stand in our own power without needing to diminish anyone else to feel good about ourselves. So, my friends, I encourage you today to distance yourself from jealousy. Stop measuring your worth against the success of others. Don't let fear and insecurity rule your emotions. Instead, cultivate gratitude, love, and an abundance mindset. The universe has a place for you, and that place is right where you are meant to be. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal growth, and it plays a pivotal role in managing feelings of jealousy. To begin, self-awareness is the ability to observe your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. It's about being able to pause, reflect, and truly understand what's going on inside you. Often, jealousy sneaks up on us when we least expect it. It may show up in subtle ways, like a momentary feeling of discomfort when someone else shares their accomplishments, or a slight shift in your mood when someone else gets attention or recognition. The first step in dealing with jealousy is simply to notice it. Too often, we allow our emotions to dictate our actions without fully understanding why we feel the way we do. By cultivating self-awareness, you can create space between your emotions and your reactions. When jealousy arises, instead of immediately reacting or letting the feeling fester, take a moment to sit with it. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What does this emotion tell me about my own desires or insecurities? This process of observing without judgment gives you the power to step outside of the emotion and examine it with a clearer perspective. In moments of jealousy, self-awareness helps you identify what is really at the root of your feelings. Perhaps it's not the success of others that bothers you, but a deep-seated fear that you're not doing enough, or that you're falling behind in your own life. Or maybe it's the recognition that you've been neglecting your own dreams or goals, and seeing someone else's success brings that truth to the surface. Once you have this clarity, you can start to work through the feelings in a more constructive way. Instead of allowing jealousy to eat away at your peace of mind or cause you to make rash decisions, self-awareness allows you to reframe the situation. You can choose to see someone else's success as a sign of what's possible, rather than as a threat. You can channel the energy that jealousy brings into a motivation to do better for yourself, to work harder toward your own goals, or to make changes that align more with the life you want to create. In essence, self-awareness is about creating an ongoing dialogue with yourself. It's about tuning in and truly listening to what your emotions are trying to tell you. And when you build this muscle of awareness, it becomes easier to manage and transform negative emotions like jealousy into positive energy that propels you forward. It's about not letting emotions control you, but instead using them as tools for deeper understanding and personal evolution. The more self-aware you become, the less power jealousy has over you, and the more you empower yourself to take charge of your own emotional and personal growth. Embracing your uniqueness is one of the most powerful ways to combat jealousy and step into your own personal strength. We live in a world that constantly encourages comparison, whether it's through social media, the people around us, or the societal pressure to fit into certain molds. It's easy to look at others and feel that their success, their achievements, or their lives are somehow more valuable than our own. But here's the truth: your journey is unlike anyone else's. And that is something to be celebrated, not diminished. When you begin to truly embrace your uniqueness, you shift your focus from trying to be like someone else to accepting who you are at your core. You start to understand that your experiences, your talents, and even your struggles contribute to the person you are becoming. No one else has your story, your perspective, or your combination of qualities. This realization should bring a sense of peace and empowerment. There is a magic in recognizing that there is only one you in the world, and that in itself is a gift. When you understand and embrace this, you stop measuring your worth against someone else's. You no longer feel threatened by their accomplishments because you realize that your path is meant for you, and theirs is meant for them. Their success doesn't diminish yours, it amplifies the idea that success looks different for everyone. Embracing your uniqueness also involves understanding your own value without needing external validation. It's about finding your self-worth from within, knowing that you are enough just as you are with all your imperfections and idiosyncrasies. When you truly accept your self-flaws and all jealousy loses its grip on you, there is no need to compare yourself to anyone else because you understand that your success is based on your individual potential, not on how you stack up against others. Another aspect of embracing your uniqueness is recognizing that your journey is unfolding at its own pace. We each have our own timeline and things happen for us in their own right moment. Instead of looking at someone else's accomplishments and feeling as though you've fallen behind, understand that your timing is divine. What's meant for you will come to you when it's meant to come. Trusting the process is part of embracing your unique path, and this belief helps you remain grounded and centered when feelings of jealousy begin to surface. When you start to celebrate your individuality, you free yourself from the need to conform to other people's standards or expectations. You begin to feel more aligned with who you truly are. And in doing so, you open the door to greater possibilities. Embracing your uniqueness means giving yourself permission to pursue your passions, your dreams, and your goals without worrying about how they measure up to anyone else's. It's about creating your own definition of success based on your values and desires, not someone else's. In embracing your uniqueness, you also come to realize that the world needs what only you can offer. Your perspective, your skills, your heart, these are things no one else can replicate. The more you honor who you are, the more you create space for the extraordinary things you're meant to contribute to the world. And when you live authentically in this way, the feeling of jealousy fades, replaced by a deep sense of fulfillment and peace with who you are. Gratitude for what you have is one of the most transformative practices you can cultivate in your life, especially when it comes to combating feelings of jealousy. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that happiness or success lies just beyond our reach, that if we had a little more, whether it's money, recognition, a perfect relationship, or the career we've been dreaming of, then we'd feel complete. But the truth is, when we constantly focus on what we don't have, we neglect the abundant blessings already present in our lives. Gratitude shifts that focus, turning our attention to all the things we already possess, both tangible and intangible. When you practice gratitude, you begin to realize that you already have everything you need to feel fulfilled and at peace. There are countless small blessings in your life that often go unnoticed: the love of your family, the friendships you cherish, your health, the roof over your head, and the simple joys that make life beautiful. These things might not always be the big, flashy milestones that get celebrated publicly, but they are just as important and worth recognizing. By cultivating gratitude, you also begin to recognize the abundance that surrounds you. Instead of focusing on what's missing or what you feel you lack, you acknowledge the love that already exists in your life. This doesn't just mean material wealth, but also emotional love, kindness, support, and the inner peace that comes with knowing that you are enough. Gratitude helps you to see the richness of your life, and when you start to feel this sense of abundance, jealousy begins to lose its power. Gratitude also allows you to shift your perspective on others. Instead of feeling envious of someone else's success, you start to appreciate what you can learn from them. You recognize that their journey is their own, and it does not take away from your own. Their achievements become something to admire rather than something to compete with. When you truly feel grateful for your own life, it becomes easier to celebrate the accomplishments of others without feeling threatened. Their success doesn't diminish your own potential, it simply shows you that the world is full of possibility, and there's room for all of us to thrive. Furthermore, when you focus on gratitude, you develop a deeper connection to the present moment. Jealousy often comes from a place of discontent or comparison, but when you shift your mindset to one of appreciation, you become more mindful of the now. You start to appreciate where you are, what you have, and how far you've come. This connection to the present helps you see that you don't need to be anywhere other than where you are to feel content. Gratitude also has the power to reframe your mindset. It's easy to fall into the trap of I'm not enough or I don't have enough, but when you consciously choose gratitude, you begin to see the truth that you are enough and you have more than enough. This shift can completely transform the way you see yourself and the world around you. It turns jealousy into appreciation, comparison into celebration, and lack into abundance. Finally, when you adopt a mindset of gratitude, you open yourself up to even more blessings. The more you recognize and appreciate what you have, the more you attract positivity into your life. The act of being grateful aligns your energy with the goodness that already exists, creating a flow of abundance in every area of your life. It's a powerful cycle. Gratitude leads to greater peace, and greater peace leads to more things to be grateful for. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you for the big things, it's about recognizing the small, everyday gifts that make life rich. It's a way of living that helps you see the beauty in the present moment and find joy in the journey, not just the destination. When you focus on what you have, you begin to realize that you are already enough and that the feeling of jealousy has no place in your heart anymore. You'll see that the more you embrace gratitude, the more you cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment, one that no amount of external success or comparison can shake. Celebrating the success of others is one of the most powerful ways to shift your mindset and diminish feelings of jealousy. It can be challenging to celebrate someone else's achievements, especially when you're in a place of self-doubt or frustration with your own progress. But when you embrace the idea that another person's success doesn't diminish your own, you unlock the potential for a more supportive, uplifting, and positive life for yourself and others around you. At first glance, it may feel natural to compare your journey to someone else's. You might find yourself thinking, why them and not me, or they have what I want. What am I doing wrong? These thoughts come from a place of insecurity. And if you give in to them, they can easily keep you stuck. But when you decide to celebrate others' victories, something transformative happens. You shift your focus away from what you don't have and direct it toward what you can learn from their experience. By celebrating the success of others, you begin to see their achievements as proof of what's possible. Instead of feeling threatened by someone's success, you can take it as a sign that abundance exists and there's more than enough for everyone. Their triumph becomes evidence that the world is full of opportunities and there's a path waiting for you too. This perspective is liberating because it releases you from the illusion of scarcity, where success seems limited to just a few people. The truth is, there is enough success, love, and happiness to go around. Someone else's victory does not take away from yours. It shows you that your own victory is just as achievable. When you celebrate others, you also foster a sense of connection and community. Life is not a competition, it's a journey we're all on together. When you cheer for others, you invite positive energy into your own life. It cultivates an environment of collaboration rather than comparison, and this creates a cycle of encouragement and support. In doing so, you build a network of people who, in turn, are likely to celebrate your success too. Celebrating others' success also helps you expand your own definition of success. Instead of seeing success as something that only a few people can experience, you begin to understand that success looks different for everyone. It could be a promotion at work, the growth of a business, a beautiful relationship, or the simple fulfillment of a long-held dream. No matter what form success takes, acknowledging it in others helps you to broaden your perspective and appreciate all the diverse ways that people can thrive. It reminds you that there are infinite paths to success, and yours may look different, but it is no less valid or valuable. Moreover, celebrating others' success allows you to practice gratitude. It's a way of appreciating not only what you have, but also the richness that exists around you. When you cheer someone on, you're acknowledging the good that's happening in the world, and this acknowledgement creates an atmosphere of positivity. The more you focus on celebrating others, the more you align your energy with growth, possibility, and abundance. Instead of letting jealousy take hold, turn it into admiration and gratitude for the person who has achieved something remarkable. Ask yourself, what can I learn from their journey? What qualities do they have that I can cultivate in myself? This mindset shift turns envy into inspiration. It takes you out of a scarcity mindset and places you firmly in a space where everyone's success is a stepping stone for your own growth. When you celebrate others, you stop seeing them as competition and start seeing them as fellow travelers on the road to success. It's not about them being better or more deserving. It's about the beauty of recognizing that the world is full of endless opportunities for growth. And each person's journey is a testament to what's possible. You'll find that when you embrace this mindset, you not only feel happier for others, but also more hopeful about your own future. Celebrating the success of others isn't just a way to ease jealousy. It's a way to align yourself with the abundance of the world. It lifts everyone up, including you, and fosters an environment where everyone can flourish. When you celebrate others, you're investing in your own emotional well-being, creating stronger connections, and opening yourself to the endless possibilities that exist for your own success. And by shifting your focus from comparison to celebration, you allow joy, peace, and positivity to take root in your heart. Jealousy often feels like an emotion that arises from external circumstances, seeing someone else achieve something you want, or feeling overlooked while others are recognized. However, what many don't realize is that jealousy isn't just about the other person or their success. It's actually a reflection of something much deeper within us. It's a mirror that reflects our own insecurities, desires, and unmet needs. Rather than viewing jealousy solely as a negative emotion or something to be ashamed of, it can be seen as an invitation to better understand ourselves and the areas in our lives that may need attention and healing. When jealousy arises, it's easy to focus on what someone else has and feel that it's unfair or that they're somehow taking something from you. But instead of letting the emotion spiral into bitterness or resentment, try to pause and reflect on why you feel the way you do. Jealousy often points to unmet desires, things you wish for, but might not have acknowledged or fully understood. Maybe it's a longing for recognition, success, love, or approval. These feelings are valid, but they're also opportunities for deeper introspection. When you find yourself feeling envious, ask yourself, what is this telling me about my own desires? What is it about this person's success that triggers something in me? At the heart of jealousy, there may be a deeper fear of not being enough or a belief that the world is limited in resources, meaning someone else's success could somehow diminish your chances. This fear might be rooted in past experiences or beliefs you've internalized over time. When you identify these fears, you can start to address them and work on shifting your mindset. For instance, if you find yourself feeling envious of a friend's career advancement, it might be because you have your own unfulfilled career goals and a fear of falling behind. By acknowledging this, you can then focus on the steps you need to take to move closer to your own dreams rather than allowing the feeling of jealousy to hold you back. Jealousy is also a reflection of our own feelings of inadequacy. Sometimes when we see others achieving something that we desire, it can bring up insecurities about our own abilities or worthiness. It's as though we're measuring ourselves against others and feeling that we don't measure up. However, this comparison is often unfair because it overlooks the unique qualities, talents, and experiences that you bring to the table. The truth is, no one else can walk your path or fulfill your purpose the way you can. Your journey with all its ups and downs is uniquely yours, and comparing it to someone else's only serves to diminish the beauty of your own individual story. When jealousy arises, it can also reveal areas in which we need to cultivate more self-love and acceptance. It's an opportunity to ask yourself, do I truly believe that I am enough? If the answer is no, it's a sign to work on building your own self-worth and cultivating a mindset of abundance. This might mean challenging the negative self-talk or limiting beliefs you've been holding on to. It could also mean practicing gratitude for what you already have, instead of constantly seeking what's just out of reach. Jealousy, in this way, can act as a guide to help you strengthen your relationship with yourself and improve your sense of inner peace. Moreover, jealousy can also be a call to action. It often arises when we feel that someone has what we want but aren't sure how to get it ourselves. This feeling doesn't have to be paralyzing. It can be an opportunity to learn. What is it about the person's success that resonates with you? What can you take from their journey that might inspire you or help you reach your own goals? Rather than using jealousy as a reason to feel stuck or resentful, you can use it as fuel to drive your own growth. Jealousy might be telling you that there is something you want, and it's a prompt to take the necessary steps to move closer to that desire. Ultimately, jealousy is an emotion that can be reframed from something negative to something deeply revealing. It's not just about the other person, it's about your needs, your desires, your fears, and your sense of self-worth. When you see jealousy as a mirror, you are better able to understand what it is trying to tell you and use that insight for personal growth. Rather than allowing jealousy to control your emotions or actions, you can choose to embrace it as a tool for self-reflection. This shift in perspective allows you to step into your own power to heal and to move forward with greater clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. Focusing on growth rather than comparison is a profound shift in mindset that has the potential to transform your entire approach to life. In a world that constantly pushes us to measure ourselves against others, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. We look at someone else's achievements, their progress, or their success and immediately think, why don't I have that, or am I falling behind? These thoughts not only fuel jealousy, but can also paralyze you with feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and frustration. However, when you shift your focus from comparing yourself to others to focusing on your own growth, you empower yourself to embrace your unique journey and move forward with confidence and clarity. Growth is a deeply personal process, and it unfolds in its own time. Everyone's path is different, and success looks different for everyone. When you focus on your own growth, you free yourself from the unrealistic standards set by others. You no longer need to measure your worth by how you stack up against someone else's accomplishments. Instead, you start measuring your progress based on your own goals, your own improvements, and your own aspirations. By focusing on growth, you shift the conversation from competition to self-improvement. One of the most liberating aspects of focusing on growth is that it allows you to view challenges, setbacks, and mistakes not as failures, but as opportunities for learning. When you compare yourself to others, setbacks can feel like signs that you're not measuring up, or worse, that you'll never be as successful as they are. But when you focus on growth, you start to see these moments as vital steps in your own development. Every difficulty you face is an opportunity to learn something new, refine your skills, or deepen your understanding of yourself. Failure in this light becomes less of an obstacle and more of a teacher showing you where you need to adjust, grow, or evolve. Focusing on your growth also nurtures a sense of patience. The process of growth is not always linear, and it's important to recognize that success is not a race. When you focus on comparison, you may feel pressure to keep up or get ahead, which can create stress and anxiety. But growth is about steady progress. It's about taking small steps forward each day, even if those steps are not immediately visible to others. Your personal progress is valid and worthy, regardless of whether it looks like someone else's. The key is to trust in your own process and have faith that every bit of effort you put in is leading you toward your version of success. Practicing self-love is one of the most important steps you can take toward cultivating a healthy, fulfilling life, and it plays a crucial role in overcoming jealousy. In a world that often emphasizes external validation, it's easy to forget that the foundation of happiness and success starts from within. Self-love isn't just about treating yourself with kindness when things are going well. It's about honoring yourself, accepting your flaws, and showing up for yourself no matter what challenges you face. When you truly practice self-love, you begin to build a strong sense of worth that doesn't depend on comparison or approval from others, and it becomes far easier to let go of jealousy. At its core, self-love is about recognizing your inherent value, regardless of external achievements or the opinions of others. It means acknowledging that you are worthy of love, respect, and happiness simply because you exist. So often we are taught to measure our worth by our accomplishments, our relationships, or how well we meet societal expectations. This can lead to a constant cycle of comparison where we feel inadequate if we don't measure up. But self-love reminds us that our worth is not tied to what we do or what we have. It is inherent in who we are. One of the most profound aspects of self-love is learning to set boundaries that protect your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Jealousy often arises when we feel overwhelmed, unnoticed, or drained by the demands and expectations of others. Practicing self-love means knowing when to say no, when to prioritize your own needs, and when to step back from situations or people that don't serve you. When you take the time to care for your own needs, you build a stronger foundation of self-respect. This self-respect then becomes a powerful shield against feelings of jealousy as you realize that you are already whole and deserving of everything you desire without having to prove yourself to anyone else. Self-love also involves taking time to nurture your inner peace and happiness. It's about finding joy in the small moments, celebrating your personal achievements, and giving yourself credit for your progress, no matter how big or small. This practice allows you to move away from external comparisons and focus on what makes you feel fulfilled. When you are content with who you are and what you've accomplished, jealousy loses its grip because you're no longer looking outside yourself for validation. You've learned to derive your sense of worth from within. Furthermore, practicing self-love encourages forgiveness both of yourself and others. Jealousy often stems from a place of resentment or past hurt, whether it's from feeling overlooked or from a perceived injustice. By embracing self-love, you learn to release grudges and let go of the negative emotions that keep you stuck. This forgiveness is liberating as it frees you from carrying the weight of envy or bitterness. It allows you to move forward with an open heart, knowing that you don't need to hold on to past wrongs or compare yourself to others in order to feel good about who you are. In addition, self-love fosters self-awareness. When you take the time to truly understand yourself, your desires, your goals, your strengths, and your challenges, you begin to see how uniquely equipped you are to create the life you want. Jealousy often arises when we feel like someone else has what we lack. But self-love allows you to focus on your own strengths and the things that make you shine. By recognizing your own potential, you begin to trust in your ability to succeed on your own terms without needing to replicate someone else's success or life path. The more you practice self-love, the more resilient you become in the face of life's challenges. You develop a sense of inner confidence that helps you navigate through difficult times without feeling defeated or jealous of others. Self-love is about believing in your ability to rise, grow, and flourish regardless of what others are doing. It empowers you to see the world through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. The more you value yourself, the less you are bothered by the achievements of others because you understand that your worth is not defined by comparison. Ultimately, self-love is a transformative practice that enriches every aspect of your life. It brings peace, confidence, and clarity, and it is the foundation for letting go of jealousy. When you practice self-love, you shift from a place of fear and scarcity to one of peace and abundance. You stop needing to compete with others or compare your journey to theirs. Instead, you begin to trust that your own path is just as valid, just as valuable, and just as worthy of celebration. The energy of positivity is a powerful force that can shift not only your mindset, but also your entire experience of life. It's easy to get caught up in negativity, especially when faced with challenges or when comparing yourself to others. Negative energy can drain your spirit, cloud your judgment, and leave you feeling stuck. On the other hand, embracing a positive energy allows you to rise above obstacles, see opportunities where others might see barriers, and cultivate an environment where growth, happiness, and success can thrive. Positivity isn't just about thinking happy thoughts or pretending that life is perfect. It's about choosing how you respond to situations, how you approach setbacks, and how you direct your energy. It's an active choice, a decision to look for the good, even when circumstances aren't ideal. When you focus on the positive, you begin to retrain your mind to seek out solutions rather than dwelling on problems, and this shift can make a dramatic difference in how you navigate life. The energy of positivity also plays a key role in overcoming jealousy. Jealousy often arises from a place of scarcity, where you feel like someone else's success takes away from your own. However, when you embrace a positive mindset, you begin to see the world as abundant, filled with opportunities for everyone. This shift in perspective is incredibly powerful because it allows you to see that there is room for everyone to succeed. Someone else's accomplishments don't diminish your own potential. In fact, their success can be a reminder that what you desire is possible. A positive mindset encourages you to celebrate their victories, knowing that it's proof of what is achievable, not a sign of something that's out of reach. Another significant aspect of positive energy is how it impacts your relationships and the people around you. When you radiate positivity, you naturally attract others who are similarly inclined. Positivity fosters a sense of connection and collaboration, creating an environment where everyone feels supported and encouraged. It becomes easier to share ideas, celebrate successes, and uplift one another when the collective energy is centered on growth, kindness, and possibility. This is particularly important when it comes to overcoming feelings of jealousy. When you surround yourself with positive, like-minded people, you're more likely to view the success of others as something to admire and learn from rather than something to envy. Moreover, positivity nurtures your resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, but it's how you approach the challenges that determines how you move forward. When you maintain a positive energy, even in difficult circumstances, you begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Positivity allows you to maintain hope and persistence, helping you keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. This mindset is critical for letting go of jealousy because it helps you focus on your own journey and progress rather than becoming discouraged by setbacks or comparisons to others. The energy of positivity also enhances your mental and emotional well-being. Negative thoughts can create a cycle of stress, anxiety, and self-doubt, all of which can feed feelings of jealousy. But positivity breaks that cycle. It encourages you to practice gratitude, appreciate the present moment, and look at the bigger picture. Instead of focusing on what you lack, positivity helps you recognize and appreciate what you already have, which in turn creates more abundance in your life. Gratitude is a powerful tool in shifting negative emotions because it redirects your attention to the good things around you, allowing you to see the fullness of your life instead of focusing on perceived deficits. When you cultivate positive energy, it also becomes easier to practice self-compassion. It encourages you to be kind to yourself when you slip into jealousy or self-doubt, understanding that these emotions are part of the human experience. Instead of beating yourself up for feeling jealous, you can acknowledge the emotion, reflect on its deeper meaning, and then let it go. By focusing on positive thoughts and actions, you create a space for healing, growth, and self-improvement. You recognize that feeling jealous doesn't make you a bad person. It simply points to areas where you may need more self-love, attention, or growth. Letting go of fear is one of the most liberating and empowering actions you can take on your journey toward personal growth, success, and emotional well-being. Fear, whether it's of failure, judgment, or the unknown, has a way of holding us back, preventing us from pursuing our dreams, taking risks, and fully embracing the life that is waiting for us. It often manifests as self-doubt, insecurity, or a deep sense of unease that can paralyze us, keeping us in a state of stagnation or denial. However, fear doesn't have to control you. When you learn to release fear, you open the door to a world of possibility, growth, and authentic living. Fear often arises from the stories we tell ourselves about what might go wrong. We fear rejection, failure, or loss, and we create scenarios in our minds where we imagine the worst possible outcomes. These imagined fears are often far worse than the reality of what actually happens when we take a leap of faith. By holding on to these fears, we prevent ourselves from moving forward, paralyzed by the what-ifs. Letting go of fear doesn't mean denying that challenges exist or that life is without risk. It means choosing to not let fear dictate our decisions and actions. When we let go of fear, we stop seeing life through a lens of scarcity and start embracing it as an opportunity for growth and learning. One of the most profound ways to let go of fear is to face it head-on. Instead of running from the things that scare us, we can learn to confront them, understanding that fear is often just a product of our own imagination. When we challenge fear, we often realize that what we feared wasn't as intimidating or dangerous as we once thought. By facing our fears, we build resilience, confidence, and a deeper sense of self-trust. We also begin to understand that the worst-case scenario rarely happens, and even if it does, we are strong enough to handle it. Another powerful tool in letting go of fear is reframing how we view failure. Fear often stems from the belief that failure is something to avoid at all costs, but in reality, failure is an essential part of growth. Every failure carries with it valuable lessons that help us improve, adapt, and become more resilient. When you change your perspective and start seeing failure as a natural part of the learning process, fear loses its grip. You begin to realize that failing isn't the end of the world, it's simply a stepping stone toward eventual success. Letting go of the fear of failure allows you to take more risks, be more creative, and push beyond your comfort zone. Fear is also rooted in the belief that there isn't enough to go around, that there is a limited amount of success, love, or happiness, and that someone else's gain will come at your expense. This scarcity mindset feeds into jealousy, insecurity, and fear of missing out. However, when you let go of this belief and adopt an abundance mindset, fear loses its grip. You begin to realize that there is more than enough in the world for everyone, and someone else's success does not diminish your own potential. Letting go of the fear of scarcity allows you to embrace opportunities with a sense of excitement rather than anxiety. You start to see the world as a place of endless possibilities, and you can step into your own success without fear holding you back. An abundance mindset also invites you to practice gratitude regularly. When you are focused on abundance, you naturally begin to appreciate the things you already have in your life: your health, your relationships, your skills, your opportunities, and the small joys that might have otherwise gone unnoticed. Gratitude amplifies the sense of abundance because it shifts your attention from what is lacking to what is already present in your life. The more you practice gratitude, the more you begin to recognize how much you already have, which creates a positive feedback loop that attracts even more abundance. One of the key elements of an abundance mindset is the ability to celebrate the success of others without feeling threatened by it. In a scarcity mindset, the success of others can trigger jealousy or feelings of inadequacy, as if their victory somehow diminishes your own potential. However, when you adopt an abundance mindset, you understand that the success of others is proof that success is available to everyone. It shows you what is possible and can even inspire you to reach higher and work harder. You start to see that there is room for everyone to succeed, and someone else's win is simply a reminder of what you can achieve in your own unique way. An abundance mindset also encourages collaboration over competition. When you believe that there is plenty to go around, you are more likely to reach out, offer help, and work together with others toward common goals. This approach fosters stronger relationships and a sense of community because you no longer feel the need to guard your success or protect your ideas from others. Instead, you share your resources, support others in their endeavors, and create environments where everyone can thrive. You understand that by lifting others up, you are in turn lifting yourself up, and together you can achieve far more than you could alone. Furthermore, an abundance mindset helps you to focus on growth rather than limitation. Instead of fearing failure or feeling that your resources are finite, you view every challenge as an opportunity to grow, learn, and evolve. You know that every experience contributes to your personal development and that there is no limit to the ways you can improve or expand your skills. This perspective removes the fear of making mistakes because you understand that mistakes are part of the journey toward mastery and success. In an abundance mindset, you see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, and you embrace change with enthusiasm rather than resistance. Living with an abundance mindset also means that you don't let setbacks or failures define you. Instead of viewing a difficult moment as a sign of personal limitation, you interpret it as part of the process of becoming better, stronger, and more equipped for future challenges. This mindset keeps you motivated, knowing that each setback is temporary and that you can always course correct and learn from the experience. When you understand that there is always more ahead, more opportunities, more resources, more lessons to be learned, failure becomes less daunting and easier to overcome. An abundance mindset helps you move beyond fears of lack, whether it's fear of not having enough money, recognition, time, or love. Instead of feeling stressed or anxious about the future, you trust that you are always supported and that the universe or life or your efforts will provide for you in the right way and at the right time. This trust brings peace, as you no longer have to worry about the scarcity of resources. Whether it's material resources or emotional support, when you truly believe that there is more than enough to go around, it gives you the freedom to relax and enjoy the process, knowing that everything you need will be provided to you. With an abundance mindset, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as the creator of your reality. This shift in thinking allows you to take responsibility for your actions and choices, knowing that you have the power to shape your life and attract the things you desire. The more you take ownership of your journey, the more you will manifest your desires, because you're aligned with the belief that what you want is possible and available to you.